Let's see if I can get chat enabled for this. And I could. That's good. So for this little stream, I'm gonna have some fun, and I'm gonna try making a simple flashlight in KiCad. And that's gonna be something like this. And then at some point later, I'm gonna make a 3D printable case around this as well. So the audio was going through, that's good. So I have not used KiCad very much lately, or lately as in the last decade or so. I started using some very simple stuff with KiCad almost a decade ago, and then I haven't really done anything with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a very simple flashlight design, and it's going to look something like this. And not very many components. Going to be a battery, CR2032. Going to be a switch. Going to be a LED. That's going to be bent over, so it's pointing in this direction. And I'm going to have a resistor, and that's about it. And this is just me messing about with the software and seeing what I can do with it. It's pretty simple going there. So let's see here. I'm gonna have to start with edge cuts. I think that's the one we start with, just to set an outline. And like so. And I'm guessing 4 centimeters by 8 centimeters. That's probably gonna be decent enough for what I'm doing. And then switching back to the copper layer and see what's on here. And firstly, let's see if I can get some battery components in here. I'm going for a battery box, something like this from Farnell here. Just a small slit like this. And this one is just soldered directly on top, and you need a copper layer below it, I think. So it's gonna be pretty simple to get on there. The goal with this thing is that we're gonna have people that don't know how to solder, and teach them how to do simple soldering within maybe a few minutes or so. So they're gonna have spent maybe 15 minutes on this. So it's gonna be really, really simple. So battery clip here, and we're gonna have a multi-comp here. This, I believe, is exactly the same as the one I'm looking at over here. Doesn't have the same part number, but it looks exactly the same. So just double click it and then drag it in here. And this has 2 networks. It has ground and it has positive. So positive is the chassis itself, and ground is on the bottom here, or negative. And then let's see what more fun we can have here. 5mm LED, for example. LED. And through hole horizontal like this. And it's gonna be something like this. I want it near the edge. I'm gonna replace or change these ones later. So just for the basics of this should in theory be enough. So I can go in here, double click this one pad and add it a net, for example, call it positive. This is probably horrible compared to what the people, what you guys who know design do, but I'm just playing around here. So those two are positive, and then we are gonna have a negative here, or possibly ground, but still. And then I believe this one is the positive here, so you can select it, positive, and then we're gonna have this one as negative, and you can see it's drawing some blue thin lines here, just showing where it should be routed. And this is a route track. Gonna take this from here to there, and then this one from here to there. And in theory, this should be enough. It should be more than enough to actually make it bright, but I want to have a resistor in there as well, so there's slightly bit more of a challenge for whoever it is that's supposed to solder here. So let's delete these ones again, and that one, and this little one. So let's see here. We could have a resistor, and we want a through hole, and this one looks pretty much okay. Axial DIN 0207, that's a 1/4 watt, and it's bent slightly off the end here, so it's a normal resistor. Just select here, I think it's Alt R, no, Shift R, nope, Control R, nope, rotate, R, just R. Oops. So this one, we're gonna drag that one in here somewhere, and then we can change this net, for example, new net positive to resistor, and then let's call this one resistor to LED, and that one, switch that positive to resistor, and over here that was resistor to LED, so that one should also then be resistor to LED. So that, now we have this routing instead, going through the resistor to the and then down here to the LED. So let's see what that will look like so, and so. And this one is still something like that. I still need to find out how I can center things properly here. So there's going to be some cleanup tasks here as well, because I want this one to be exactly centered on the piece, of course. So for now, let's do that. Of course, that bottom pad here, it's probably not going to be enough, so I think I'm going to just add more circle around it. So that's a center circle, so something like that, and say 9.6 millimeters out there. Right click each and go to properties here, and then we have this as a filled shape. That should give us a really nice big one, and it already detected that's a negative, so since it's overlapping. So now we have a big contact area here for the negative part of the battery, and then the positive one's gonna be really nice to solder up on here. So that's gonna be pretty. And then I need to have some sort of button, and for this I'm not completely sure what I want to go with, if I'm going to go with a button switch or just a tactile, because I want this to like be something you actually switch on. So for now I think something like this would be okay. So if we place that here and we go into the 3D viewer, it should look, not sure if that's on screen. So it should look something like this, and this could be fun enough to use. You can see here this solder mask is slightly off, but it's not a big thing. But yeah, this one is nice. It's exactly what I want. It doesn't render the model here, but I think that's going to be more than good enough. So let's see here. This one has 2 nets, 1, 1, 2, 2. So then we're going to switch that negative thing here. Negative to button. And I want that on number 1 here. Negative to button. And then we have button to LED. And this one should also then be button to LED. And then delete that and that. You can probably make this a lot smaller here. And then that one should then also be negative to button. Like so. It does not want to connect there. Like so. Okay, that's in. And then we want this one to go from here to down there. Need to be able to center that as well. So this should, in theory, be the entire design I need. It's going to be like this. You put your battery in here, and then you have this momentary switch to just turn the LED on and off. I do need to see if I can find one of these that's actually a toggle on and off switch, but it's not gonna be something I find today, I think, but probably quite simple. And then I got a very nice little tip about trying to make these solder pads bigger because they are tiny. So just to make them simpler to solder on. I don't think these look too bad, but it could always help to have them bigger. Also, these traces, they're not exactly thick, but it's gonna be, I think I calculated 20 milliamps for this one at 3 volts. So it's not gonna be something that's a big, heavy thing to run either. So let's see, let's clean it up slightly. Move this up there, and then this could be moved slightly up so. And the traces actually doesn't follow. That's interesting. That's kind of messy. So how on earth do I center this thing? Guess that's the centering thing up. No, it's just selecting center from where I started. That's kind of messy, but okay. Like so, and take this one, move it up roughly centered, and then we drag this something like that. That's gonna be a pretty simple device to solder together for a rookie, I think. Okay, negative to button, and then this one is gonna be positive to button to LED, like so. So we have a dead trace there. Okay, like so. This one goes like that, this one goes like this, and this one goes like that. I don't see the point in wiring up all of these. There shouldn't be any need for it. So let's see if I can find in here and make that pad size bigger. Oval 1.6 by 1.6. Let's make it 3 by 3. Something like that. Same with this one. Why on earth is that an oval and that's a circle? That's an interesting design. 3 by 3 like so. And this one circular. Let's make that 2. Oh, the hole. Whoops. Can make the hole bigger than that. 3 mil. Can I do that for more at the same time? No, I can't. Like so. Angle for a round hole, that's also very logical. 3 mil and 3 mil there. And we can make the traces slightly thicker as well, I think, just to make them more visible here. Let's make them 2 millimeters. Maybe 2 was 1 millimeter. Of course, this is just to make them really visible on the board. It's going to run 20 milliamps, so it's not going to be any big issue here. So, oops, 1. So this is going to be, let's call this battery. Let's call this one switch. And let's call this one LED. And then this one. And then maybe we should have a nicer font on this as well. Can change that some other time. There. Then we have a really simple little design here. Compact. So the point here is I'm gonna have this board, and then we're gonna 3D print some cases where people can choose the color of the case they want, the color of the LED they want, and so on. And then we're gonna see what comes out of it. So yeah, looking forward to that, and probably gonna do some, maybe manufacture 50 of these. They're not gonna cost very much. So yeah. By the way, if you're in here and want to chat, I did turn off kids mode. Just refresh the stream and it should be possible to chat in here. It was in kids mode from start, so please just refresh the screen or stream and you should be able to chat. I think there is a design checker here somewhere. The design rules checker. Let's see if there's anything I messed up with. Track has unconnected end. Negative to that. Okay, the silk screen on this one is over the edge. That's not a big issue. Silk screen, silk screen. Okay, I switched the footprint. That's probably because I made them bigger. But this here, yeah, that's because I have that one too. That one. That's probably because of this. There's a small one there. Okay, like so. Yay, refresh worked. Yeah, I for some reason started it in kids mode, and that meant no chat worked, and then I would have to restart the stream, which I don't want to. There's another unconnected track on the negative one. Tiny one there. Okay. The design rules checker is actually working. And another small negative track. Oops. That's below that one. Okay, like so and so. So let's see now then. And let's set that up to whatever 1 millimeter I said. Yep, like so. Another design rule checker. Then it's also only complaining about these ones and the resistor. So that's good. And by the way, thank you for stopping by in chat as well. It's really nice that somebody bothered stopping by for the little stream here. Let's see if I can make that smaller then again to 1.5 by 1.5 or something. Yeah. 2 by 2 for something like that. No. 1.5 by 2. There. Yeah, so it's not happy that I'm going outside of the boundaries of this purple box here. So I think that's probably something I should consider, but oval 2 by 1.5, something like that. And of course I did it the wrong way around. .5 by 2, like so. That should make this one shut up. No, it doesn't anyways. It just complains anyways. So I'm gonna leave it as that. So let's see if I can get the silk screen thing to work here. Is it any way to get rid of the silk screen? Yeah. Like so. Okay. So I can drag this one up there and this one up there. So and so. Like so. Hey, R2DXU, nice to see you join me here on stream. I'm messing around with stuff I really don't know how to do. I'm trying to make a very simple little flashlight in KiCad. This is absolutely nothing I know how to do, but let's see if it complains now. Okay. And how do I send this back to the board? Do I just close this? Yeah. Okay, good. So I hope things are good over there with your amazing nature over there in Russia. Hope you don't get eaten by too many mosquitoes. So there's still complaining about some silk screen going over, clipped by solder mask. That's that one. So I don't really need any solder mask for this, I think. Like so, edit footprint. Yeah, that's the one that was complaining. I can understand why. This is really messily designed. Like, why on earth would you have this as different lengths of or parts? That's messy. Anyways, it's a free program. If you don't know what KiCad is, it's a free PCB design tool that many people seem to enjoy using. And yeah, it's Apparently it's simple enough for me to be able to use it pretty much out of the box. How the results will be is going to be interesting though, but yeah, let's just move that one down as well. Like so, and like so, and like so. Save it, and there. That should be better, I think. New design rule checker. This is also silk screen, okay. I didn't want that to be there. And we move this one up there. Okay, it didn't want to do that. Ah, that made a new one. Okay, be gone with you. Negative the button, and we're gonna have that at 2 mil, like so, and we're gonna have that one to be then button to LED. Okay, like so. So, and want that one to be that's the design rule checker. I want that to be button to LED as well, like so. Okay, that should be a pretty valid design, but I want those two to be on the same side. So I see that you would have to use this quite a lot to be good at it. But I'm not gonna do that. Okay, like so. That should bring us back into that, and I would have to we'll have to do some fine adjustments here to make sure this is centered and everything like that. Oops, that's the schematic. I'm not going in there, I'm going in this one. Yeah, so it's just complaining it doesn't match the copy, doesn't make the copy, and doesn't match the copy, so that's okay. Okay, nice. 3D viewer on that one. Like so. This should be pretty simple to solder together, I think. And let's go into this view here and see if I can export some Gerbers from this one. File, export, fabrication output, Gerber here. And I want to have front copper and back copper. I'm gonna have front mask. I won't have a back mask on this one. And cuts. And output directory here is gonna be this one, flashlight and Gerber. Something like that. And save. Oops, that's a report. Plot it. Yep, so we created them here. That's good. And let's also just for the fun of it export a 3D file, a step file here, and to that same place. Yep. I think that's gonna be it for this very short little ad hoc stream here. And I'm gonna see if I can just post some simple updates with this project when it goes along. I'm gonna have to have it manufactured and such before that, so it's gonna be fun to see. So for those of you who stopped by on the stream there, thank you very much for stopping by and saying hello. And really fun to have people on here on one of my own streams as well. I usually just do the European Ham Radio Show and some other streams. So yeah, this was very ad hoc and very random. Thank you very much for watching. 7